Over 60% of adults are living paycheck to paycheck right now. Crazy, right? It's a brutal cycle. You've probably wondered, why do some folks just effortlessly build wealth while others are stuck spinning their wheels year after year? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're getting right into the data and the exact behaviors that separate the people who get ahead from the ones who fall behind.
Now, the first thing most of us assume is that it just comes down to income. You think, I just need to make more money. But actually, the reality is way more complex and honestly, a whole lot more within your control. The main thing keeping people broke isn't necessarily their salary. It's actually the small, totally everyday financial decisions we're making all the time.
Yup, it all boils down to your daily habits. These tiny choices compound day after day, and they basically decide whether you're going to build lasting wealth or stay broke for years to come. But hey, here is the really good news. Bad money habits can absolutely be broken. In this explainer, we're going to expose the 10 most common money habits that are literally destroying long-term wealth. And more importantly, we're going to show you exactly how to avoid them.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've got a 4-part roadmap today. 1. The illusion of wealth. 2. Dangerous debt traps. 3. Failing to plan ahead. And 4. Barriers to building wealth.
All right, kicking things off with part 1, the illusion of wealth. This is all about why we need to stop trying to look rich.
So this brings us right to habit number 1, lifestyle inflation. You know how it goes. You get a raise and boom, immediately you upgrade to a bigger apartment or a flashy new car. You might literally be making twice as much, but you're saving the exact same amount. And that ties right into habit number 2, buying liabilities just to impress people you don't even really know. I'm talking luxury cars, designer clothes, stuff that drops in value the second you buy it. Wealthy people, they do the exact opposite, because real wealth is usually totally invisible. Most actual millionaires live well below their means. When they get a pay bump, they increase their investments first. They pay themselves before upgrading their lifestyle. Remember, making more money should create wealth, not just bigger monthly bills. It's really not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep.
And then there's habit number 3, impulse buying. Man, online shopping has made this way too easy. Just one click and it's yours. We are constantly buying things we don't actually need, just because they happen to be on sale. Let's be real for a second. You definitely don't need a third air fryer just because it was 15% off. You've got to ask yourself, would I still buy this if it wasn't discounted? To fight this, try implementing the 24-hour rule. Before you buy anything you didn't plan for, just force yourself to wait 24 hours. You're going to find that most of those sudden shopping impulses just kind of vanish with time. Your bank account will seriously thank you.
Moving right along to part 2, dangerous debt traps, the true cost of borrowing.
Now, credit cards can be awesome financial tools for convenience and rewards, sure, but they trigger habit number 4, spending unearned money. The problem isn't the plastic itself, it's getting into the habit of spending cash that hasn't even hit your checking account yet. Look, carrying credit card balances with interest rates skyrocketing past 20% will absolutely decimate your financial progress. Smart spenders pay their balances in full every single month. Like the quote says here, debt should work for you, you should never work for debt. So the crucial point here is avoiding habit number 5, the minimum payment trap. If you're only paying the bare minimum on your debts, you are keeping yourself trapped for years. The interest just keeps snowballing, and your financial progress grinds to a total crawl. Whenever humanly possible, you have to pay more than the minimum. You've got to focus on wiping out those high-interest bad debts first, because the faster you drop that dead weight, the faster you can actually start building real wealth. Getting rid of debt opens up opportunities, and those opportunities are what create true financial independence. Let's move into part 3, failing to plan ahead, living without a safety net.
Okay, habit number 6 is completely avoiding a budget. I get it. A lot of people run from budgeting because they assume it's going to be a straitjacket. But actually, a budget is just a plan for your money. Without a plan, money just kind of evaporates, right? Now, what's really interesting about this is how a simple framework like the 50-30-20 rule completely flips that perspective. That's 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt. When every single dollar is assigned a clear job, your financial stress plummets. You finally stop wondering where all your cash went at the end of the month. A budget doesn't restrict you, it actually hands you the keys to total freedom and control.
And a huge part of that planning fixes habit number 7, ignoring an emergency fund. Look, life is incredibly unpredictable. Cars break down, medical stuff pops up, layoffs happen. Without a safety net, a minor hiccup turns into an absolute financial disaster. Now, experts usually recommend saving 3 to 6 months of living expenses. I know, that sounds super overwhelming, but you don't need to build it all overnight. Just start with micro actions. Save $50, then 100, then 500. The ultimate goal here is security, because an emergency fund isn't just a pile of cash in the bank, it is quite literally peace of mind.
All right, let's transition to part 4 and see how this all builds. Barriers to building wealth, mindset and investing.
Every day, we're basically bombarded by social media gurus promising quick riches, right? And that triggers habit number 8, chasing overnight success. Crypto secrets, wild day trading strategies, non-stop luxury lifestyles. It's super tempting. But comparing your everyday financial journey to someone's perfectly curated highlight reel is a massive trap. Real wealth building, honestly, it usually isn't very exciting. It's built on patience, consistency, and making smart, boring, long-term decisions. The most successful investors focus on the basics, sticking to a budget, buying index funds, saving regularly, and staying away from crazy risks. Trust me, the slow and steady path almost always wins the race. And that leads us right into habit number 9, waiting to invest. So many people think they have to wait for the absolute perfect time. They say, oh, I'll start when I make a bit more money, or I'll definitely start next year. But listen, time is the absolute greatest asset you have as an investor. Compound interest is literally like a snowball. It heavily rewards the people who start early. As that snowball rolls down the hill, it picks up more and more snow, growing exponentially. Even tiny investments, if you make them consistently, will grow into something massive over the decades. Just start with what you have. Even $100 is enough to get the ball rolling today.
And this brilliantly illustrates the 10th and final habit keeping people broke: waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting to save, waiting to invest, waiting to finally start that business. But the hard truth? Perfect moments just don't exist. Really successful people don't wait around. They take action, even when circumstances are totally imperfect, and they learn along the way. Small steps taken consistently are infinitely better than some flawless, perfect plan that you never actually start. Your future financial success completely depends on what you do today, not tomorrow.
To wrap up this explainer, let's just zoom out and look at your core wealth-building roadmap. Breaking bad money habits? Yeah, it's not easy. But every single positive decision edges you closer to freedom. So keep these core principles from our source material in mind. Live below your means. Invest as early as humanly possible. Avoid that unnecessary high-interest debt. And always, always have a deliberate plan for your money. Financial success isn't some lottery ticket, and it sure isn't about luck. It's entirely about the habits you repeat over time.
So as we close out today's explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought. Take a look at your own daily routines, those quick little choices you make at the checkout line or when you're scrolling through your banking app. What is one small financial decision that you have the power to change today? Take that first imperfect step right now and start paving your very own road to financial independence.